Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen, and if you've been watching any of my videos thus far, you know that lately I've just been focusing on kidney updates and my kidney transplant journey. So today it is July 1st, so that means it's about 1 month and 2 weeks since I've had my transplant. I was transplanted on May 18th. I was released a week later. And then I was readmitted to the hospital because of severe pain. I did talk about that in my previous videos. Today I'm here just to talk about, how I've been feeling since the transplant and kind of the transition I've been going through. So now my transplant team did tell me that I am lucky that I was not on dialysis. And as you can see, this bulge right here, that is where my fistula is. It was never in use. I was actually right there about to be on dialysis, and I kind of prolonged it because I wanted to finish school. And I actually finished school April 28th. I went to Empire State College and I got my degree in the arts with my concentration being historical studies. I'm such a nerd in that respect. I love museum work. I want to work in the archives one day. I'm hoping to travel and, eat some good food along the way. That's why this whole vegan transition has been a little bit hard. Not too hard. I mean, it's definitely a change, but I think it's something that's feasible and that you can get used to if you're really dedicated. With that being said, I did change my diet because of the sludge that was in my gallbladder and in my stomach. So I'm dairy free, and I've just been sticking to chicken and fish and nothing that is fried. So no fried food, very minimal oil. If I am using oil in any of my cooking, it's just a dab, right? Because we don't want bland food. I don't like bland food. I don't know what you would have. So far the diet, well, no, I don't want to call it a diet, but so far the change in my food has been a good thing. I haven't felt any pain. I haven't had to go back to the doctors yet, cross my fingers. Tomorrow I go ahead and I get blood work. So I think that is one of the hardest things that you have to go through after you get a transplant, is the fact that you have to go to the doctor so many days out of the week. And since your immune system is already compromised, for me, I never had an issue with shots. When I say never had an issue drawing blood, I never had an issue with needles. It just didn't faze me. As a kid, it didn't faze me. As an adult, it didn't faze me. But now I'm actually really sensitive. It hurts so much when they're going ahead and taking blood, and they only could take it from my left arm. So, and then they have me taking blood 4 times out of the week. So it's Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And on Thursdays, I actually have a whole. So on Thursdays is actually an opportunity for you to talk to the doctor and to talk to the entire transplant team. At least it's my opportunity. I don't know if everybody has a transplant team, but I have a transplant team, and they all talk to me on that day. Now my appointments are moved to every other week as opposed to just once a week. And that's because as you get further along, the appointments become less frequent. What else has changed? So I had my staples removed. I think I kind of talked about that in a previous video. Since then, I also had my stent removed. Now, I don't really know how to describe a stent. From what I know, it's something that's going from your kidney. It's in your urethra. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But it's kind of just keeping the passageway open so that you can urine. Until, the doctor feels like you'll be okay on your own. So I had that removed last week. Now, I did watch a video on YouTube where somebody talked about how painful it was to have these. So I did watch a video where I think it was Cindy Flores. I will link her YouTube channel in the description. However, she talks about how the stent was very painful, or at least that's what the video was titled. And so I kind of was nervous going in there like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have the stent removed. It's going to be painful. But it really wasn't painful. It was super quick. The only kind of thing that was painful for me was the fact that I had to show my vajay to everybody again. And when I say everybody, it was 2 people, right? The girl that came to clean me up and the doctor that actually removed the stent. I think I'm just at this point oh my gosh, I don't want to show any more of my body to anybody else. I'm a private person, leave me alone. But it didn't hurt. What hurt actually was using the bathroom after. I went home. The first time I used the bathroom, it was fine. But the second and the third time I used the bathroom, it was excruciating. So it was definitely painful, and I thought, I should call the transplant team, but at the same time, I was like, I just had this stent removed, and maybe that's what's causing this pain when I'm using the bathroom. I even looked it up online, even though I know you shouldn't do that because, after you look up stuff online, you'll end up with everything, right? But long story short, by the end of the night, I wasn't feeling any pain, and I haven't felt any pain since. I think it was just that initial popping that stent out that kind of hurt. And they gave you, they told me that they kind of injected me with some numbing stuff, this liquid that they put in there. And I think that was the most uncomfortable part, was inserting something. But if you've ever had a GYN appointment, it shouldn't be that much different. In terms of body changes, so far the only change I've noticed in my body is in my skin. Now, I have Sjogren's, and Sjogren's actually, it causes you to not have the proper glands for sweat, for saliva in your mouth, and for tears. Where was I going with that? So it causes me to have dry skin, and then I have psoriasis as well. So that's actually cleared up a lot. My legs look a lot better. Mind you, I haven't worn, well, I do wear dresses now just because I fit. I'm just like, if you don't like my legs, then don't look at them. But they look a lot better. The only thing that's not looking great, and I have a little something on it. It looks a little bit better today, but my skin, I'm just breaking out. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the medication. I don't know if it's this new kidney. I just feel a lot more oily, and I'm breaking out. I'm getting a whole bunch of little bumps right here, and little blackheads. And I used to get bumps on my forehead when I was a teen, and I just feel like I'm back. So I'm teeny Karen with little pimples all over my forehead again. Another thing that I've been kind of curious about is whether or not my stomach is going to go down. I do have a little bit of a bulge here. The doctor, it is going down gradually. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of from the front you can't see it that well, but maybe from the side, don't know. But I have a little bit of a bump there, and hopefully it'll go down. When I'm in a bikini, it doesn't look bad until I turn it to the side, and then it's congrats, girl, you're pregnant, you're having a baby. But I'm just hoping that goes down a little bit. Either that, or I'm gonna have to gain some weight. That booty's gonna have to get big, and the hips gonna have to get wider, so it doesn't look like my belly's so big. I don't want more belly than my booty. But yeah, besides that, everything, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. The only thing that's a concern of mine right now is the fact that my white blood cell count and my red blood cell count is extremely low. I actually have an appointment tomorrow with my nephrologist, which is my kidney doctor, not the transplant team. I have a different kidney doctor, where he'll go ahead and probably give me an air nest shot, which kind of raises my red blood cell count, or it helps my body to raise that red blood cell count. In terms of my white blood cells, the reason that they're so low is because I was on a medication called Celcept. I'm off that medication right now just for the time being so that my white blood cell count can rise. But Celcept is kind of one of the main causes for your white blood cells to go down. It can be the other two medications that I'm taking as well. I am taking Prograf and Rapamune, and that could be the reason for my acne. So that's it. So right now I'm off the Celcept, so my white blood cell count goes up, and I'm just taking Prograf and the Rapamune. I think that I might go back on the Celcept soon. I guess when my white blood cell count rises, I'm assuming that they're going to put me right back on that Celcept. They just have to find the right levels, and that again is why I'm getting blood work done so many times out of the week. I get it done Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I don't see the transplant team every single week now. It's every other week. However, I still have to have that blood work done. That way they can check the levels of the medication in my system. And I think that's it. So that is my update. Later today, I want to go ahead and make some other kind of video. But if you do like watching my channel and you want to see more things on my kidney update, because I think this is honestly, I'm doing this because I couldn't find that many videos on YouTube. I might have explained this before about anybody that was around my age that's going through this kind of procedure and having to have a whole life change. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about my experience, and that way if somebody else is going through this, they can kind of see what I've gone through and see how I'm doing and know that it's going to be okay. And like I said, there is one girl that I did find while I was in the hospital, and she definitely inspired me to make these kind of videos, and I will link her channel down below. like I said. But yeah, if you have any questions, if you've had a transplant before and you kind of want to know something or see if I'm suffering from the same thing, or if I have any answers for some of the things that you might be going through, go ahead and leave a question or a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get on that content. I really would like to make some more kind of health videos in terms of cooking videos. So just stay tuned, and it would be very helpful to kind of get input on what everybody else wants to see, because I'm not sure. I know YouTube is so huge, it's so vast now that it's very hard to put out content that everybody wants to see. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the description box. Not the description box. Please leave it down below, and I would try my very best to try to get those videos requests up. I mean, I love doing this kind of stuff, and I want to continue to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you like seeing these videos, go ahead and subscribe, hit that little bell button. I know that you can't really see videos, or sometimes it gets lost in the mix if you don't hit that bell button. Little old me probably doesn't deserve a little bell button, but if you like it, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'll be back with more videos.